Hello and welcome to Link's Awakening. I'm Mar, and today you get to, come to the crushing realization that I forgot to record the audio again. Just like I did after I recorded this episode. It's kind of funny that I forgot to record the audio this late into it because, it feels weird, right? Like, I'm so close to the end of the game and I'm still forgetting to record the audio. For the record, I do not remember at all what I was doing here. No clue. Whatsoever. I was definitely forgetting that you can't go backwards at that particular junction. Was I getting fairies? Looks like I was getting a fairy. That definitely seems to be what I was over here for. Since this is the closest teleport to a fairy location that I was aware of at the time. But anyways, so I got all the stuff. We've got everything. We're ready to go fight the boss. So yeah, we just gotta go do it, right? Just gotta go actually beat the boss. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just gotta grab some secret medicine. It's gonna be great. So, at the risk of spoiling the contents of this episode, this is the second to last episode of this series. And now I'm recording this a long time later. And when I recorded this, I didn't know what series I was doing next. Now, I've got at least nailed down to 2. I'm recording this about a week before this will air, so I'm not certain which one I'll decide to do. I'll decide it probably this next weekend and then start recording. But I'm probably going to do either Dark Cloud or Kingdom Hearts, whichever one I feel like doing. I kind of want to do enough Kingdom Hearts to get to Kingdom Hearts 3. So that way I can do the DLC, because I haven't played that yet. So I figured it'd be nice to have that as part of my stuff. I'm just making sure there's no extra side quests for me to do that. There's nothing left for me to do. Gotta make sure. I also have to make sure that I, know the paths of the egg. That's what I'm doing now. Passmart was so smart, getting all prepared before he went in. It's a real shame he couldn't do it fast enough to fit all into one episode, though. Real shame. Anyway, so yeah, at this point, I believe I wrote this down. Or typed it out, so that way I would have it. I might have used my phone. I don't really remember. But that's why it's paused on here for so long. That's me writing it down, so that way I don't have to, remember it. And so that way there's no chance of me forgetting one of them. You know how it is when a game gives you these kinds of directions. You gotta write that stuff down. So that way you don't get anything wrong. But yeah, yeah, so the next series will be either Kingdom Hearts or Dark Cloud. I don't know which one. Kingdom Hearts is the one I want to play more right now, because the more I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, the more I've been wanting to play an actual hack and slash. Because as much as I really like Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's not a hack and slash, and neither was this. It's a different genre. And, I've been wanting to play a hack and slash recently, so it's much more likely that I'll play Kingdom Hearts, because it's a true hack and slash. Whereas Dark Cloud's combat is a lot more like this, where it's technically there's hacking and slashing going on, yes, but it's fundamentally not a hack and slash. I'm not entirely sure what makes the distinction, but there is one. Anyway, so we finally get up to the egg. We read the sign for old time's sake, and then we investigate the egg and go forth to murder all the people who've helped us on this island. I mean, what? Anyway, then we play the song. And all the other instruments, they doth come forth to help us play the song. It's really interesting to hear this. Like, I imagine the original was in much more like chiptune style music because it was on the Game Boy. So there were probably limitations on that. So it's interesting to hear this fully instrumented. I wonder how different it is from the original. Maybe someday I'll play the original on this channel, just for comparison purposes. I mean, I already know the game decently well enough that I'm sure I can fumble my way through the original pretty quickly. I kind of eventually want to play, like, most of the Zelda games on here, or at least all the ones I'd want to replay. Which is, at this point, probably all of them but Wind Waker, and Wind Waker I only don't want to replay because I just did that when Wind Waker HD came out, right? Even then, I still might replay that one, probably just wait longer on it. Same with Breath of the Wild, too recent. I'll wait until it's been a little bit longer since I played them. And now I save before going in. You know, I just realized I made that save to avoid having to go get, to go replenish supplies. And the joke's on me because I forgot about that save. Completely. Completely slipped my mind. Anyway, I'm just checking out what's going on with the whole exit thing. You know, just having fun looking around. I'm seeing where this exit leads out to see if it like led out somewhere below, but no, it just leads out at the egg. Which, you know, doesn't really make any sense, but hey, it's a dream, right? You know, you can have weird things with that in dreams. I was seeing if a dungeon map would pop up at some point, but it doesn't. Which, considering that this is a Lost Woods kind of thing, kind of makes sense. Anyway, so now I follow the directions of the egg. It's pretty simple. There's literally nothing in my way to stop me from doing it, so we just, do it. Yeah, that's really all there is about this part. Pasmar has it well in hand. And then he finds a portal and just jumps right into it like an idiot. I mean, what? We were born of nightmares. To take over this world, we made the Windfish sleep endlessly. If the Windfish doesn't wake up, this island will never disappear. I read faster the first time, apparently. We would have been the masters of this place, but you had to come here and disrupt our plans. Haha, you can never defeat us. Let's rumble. Wow, I read way faster the first time. Whew. I was pausing for dramatic effect in there this time, and apparently the first time I read that, I did not do that. I have to remember that for the rest of this text. It's really weird because I have to like try and guess when I'm going to advance it and try and read at that pace. Thankfully, I've got decent enough memory of what was there before. Anyways, now I have to figure out how to hurt the blob thing. Hint, not the sword. I try the boomerang because, you know, the boomerang's usually the weapon that can hit everything, but in this case, it's not good enough. And so I try the bow. It's also not good enough. It takes me an embarrassingly long time to try the actual weapon that'll work here. Not the magic rod either. The smarter viewers at home have probably guessed it already. I have to spend 2 tries on bomb though because I missed the first time. And then just hit myself the second time and it didn't affect it. And oh hey look, it's magic powder. Yeah, honestly that should have been obvious. It's a blob-like thing like the blob things outside. And then it gets all glowy. And I try and hit it again, but can't really do anything to it when it's in the glowy state. And now we and then I realized that, oh, that was supposed to be a volley, huh? Whoops. Yeah, that's right. I'm the best. I did not realize in time that that wasn't a volleyable thing. So much of this boss fight is directly ripped from other Zelda games, particularly Link to the Past, which I guess is kind of the point. Like, this is supposed to be a nightmare, right? So kind of makes sense that it'd be a ripoff of Ganon. He is pretty nightmarish. What I was what I meant to be testing there was whether I could block the blue thing. And the answer to that question is no. Which means I have to actually dodge it. Can't block it. Have to actually have good reflexes and dodge out of the way. At least this isn't like an actual volley, right? Like, you know, I just have to hit it back the once. That time I was a little too ready to run, you know? On the bright side, I haven't gotten hit in a while, so that's nice. But worry not, it won't last long, I'm sure. I don't really remember when the next time I get hit is, but I'm sure it's not very long. Okay, and that's when I find out that if you're too far away, you just kind of miss, which is sucky. Anyway, we hit it. Woo! On to the next phase of this boss fight, which is Worm for some reason. Which I thought after this that we were gonna go through, like, you know, all of the things, right? Because like that's what makes sense, right? Let me use my secret medicine real fast. And then just, you know, kill this form of the boss. So I thought we were gonna go through all the bosses, but then we just kind of don't. And we just go into Pig Ganon. Which, honestly, to me felt kind of weird. Anyway, gotta dodge some flaming bats. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. And I find out that the front of him is kind of invulnerable. So at this point, I'm trying to figure out how to hurt him. This will take a minute. I'm trying to remember if I even figured out this attempt, and I'm not sure I do. If I do, it's towards the end. I'm trying to remember how you do hurt him, and it's been like 2 months, and I'm not sure I know anymore. I think you hit him from behind, but I'm not confident enough in that assertion. It's not the magic rod, that's for sure. It's also not the boomerang. That much is certain. So now we just watch past Mar dodge flames. It really takes past Mar way too long to figure out how to do this. Like, it's honestly kind of embarrassing. Like, really, it is, you know? I will say, one thing that really annoyed me during this boss fight is how large Ganon's hitbox is. It's almost, the Nightmare's hitbox is, whatever. It looks like Ganon is Ganon, whatever. It's a Zelda game and it looks like Ganon. I'm just making an assumption, right? But anyway. And I don't mean how big its hurt box is, like where I can hit it. I mean how big around it I get hit if I enter. It makes it really hard to actually hit it with my sword. Which is really obnoxious. And really makes my attempts to figure out how to hurt it much more annoying. And yeah, the bombs didn't work out for me either. I think I tried bombs twice. But I can't even remember now, much less while I was actually having to focus on fighting it, you know? I tried getting the bomb hit in earlier to see if that could do something. I decided I'd try music to see if that did anything. Like, you know, see if this was more of a puzzle boss than an actual boss. Like, wake up, Windfish. Come back to life, Windfish. Come help me, chicken. And no one came. No one came. But yeah, just gotta keep dodging its stupid fire bats. Or bat-like things? I'm assuming they're bats. So now I'm like, well, maybe if I hit it in its large glowing eyes, I can get some actual damage on. I'm pretty sure that that's pretty much what this entire life is, this entire attempt. It's just me figuring out, you know, going down the list of, well, how could I possibly hurt this thing? I've tried arrows in its big eyes. I've tried a lot of other things, and everywhere but its big eyes. At this point, I'm going to try and boomerang its eyes, and that works just as well as the rest of it. Trying to remember if I used my fairies or not. It looks like yes. I used at least one of them at least. At this point, I'm like, can I yank his eyes out or steal his trident thing or something? Because like at this point, I'm getting pretty lost on how I am supposed to hurt it. So I'm trying any way I can interact with the trident, thinking maybe that was it. Spoiler alert, it's not. I'm strongly thinking I may not actually figure out how to hurt it this attempt. It's just kind of embarrassing to get hit while using a healing item. You see me mouse over the shovel and you know I'm desperate, right? I'm like, oh man, how do I hurt it? Do I dig a hole? What do I do? Yeah, that's really the point at which I was like, I really don't know what to do. What am I supposed to be doing right now? And there, right there, I figured it out. I charged into it and it took damage. I don't remember if it's because charging into it also hit its back or if the only way to hurt it is charging into it. Regardless, that attempt worked and I was like, oh yes, it took damage. I have found the way to hurt it. You know, I was just so excited that something hurt it. You know what I mean? Like, as long as something did it, that was good. See, that's why I'm annoyed by how big its hitbox is because I hit it, but I took damage, too. And I thought that was kind of dumb. Anyway, so, since I respawned with none of my fairies and things and I forgot I made that save, I have to go out and get refill on stuff. So I decided to do that between episodes. So that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy past Mars commentary next episode. See you guys next time.